Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rum Regret Podcast. I am Andy Drake.
Johanna Myers.
Nate Tussey, and we drink and we know things.
It is Tuesday, January 7th, and we are here recapping our best of 2024. Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, what fucking year is it?
2025.
I can't
What
believe
day
how
is it?
fast it went.
Yeah.
It's already a week into January. Like, what?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, Happy New Year, though. Merry New Year.
Merry New Year. So we're going to go through our favorite movies, our favorite TV shows, and then our favorite pop things, which mainly end up to be video games, but I think Joe diversified her list.
And yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, let us know what you guys think too, if we got something wrong or if we missed something, but definitely listen, enjoy, and let's go. And I think we should start off with, should we go TV shows and then movies, or movies and then TV shows? What do you guys think?
I mean, shows is by far my biggest list, even though we're
That's
just doing
true.
top tens. I've got a lot of honorable mentions I got to throw out there.
As do I. So let's start TV shows.
Groovy.
And let's start with Joe. Joe, why don't you give us your top 10 TV for the year?
TV for the year. So, obviously, number one, Vox Machina Season 2.
Nice.
Because I got my ship fantasies
Yep.
Season
indulged.
3, right?
This is season 3.
This
Yeah.
is season
Or
3.
Season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 3.
Yeah.
I have a lot of seasons on here. But yeah, but
There's a lot
basically
of
I got
season
my
twos that made the
my
list.
Percy Vex ship indulgence
Yeah.
fulfilled. So,
Nice.
We could just talk later. That's funny.
Next would be Arcane Season 2,
Nice.
which we've talked about in depth,
So you put
long, and yeah.
The Legend of Vox Machina above Arcane?
Hey,
Yeah,
this is
because
opinion. She's allowed.
I know. Nobody's saying she isn't. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it.
Oh.
the
Wait till I get to
Percy
my list
ship
then.
wins over the Victor ship. Sorry. So, yeah. And then next after that, Interview with the Vampire Part 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Of
I forgot
course.
that on my list.
Because, yeah. Of course. Next would be Fallout.
Nice.
Yeah. Very good.
After that, Squid Game 2.
Oh, yeah. God,
With Korean Mads Mikkelsen. I'm sorry, Mads Mikkelsen.
the funniest thing.
He looks just like him. It's
really
Do you,
does.
do you have the
uncanny.
actor's name, Joe, by any chance?
I don't.
No.
That's so terrible.
Korean
That
man.
is really terrible.
Yeah.
Literally, he looks just like
You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Korean guy. Looks like Mads.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The next is Boys Season 2.
Oh, man. Yeah. Season
Yeah.
4.
Isn't it
season-
season 4?
For Season 4? Oh,
Season
wow.
4.
Dude, my brain is still on holiday. I'm really sorry.
That is okay.
After that, Terminator Zero,
Yeah.
which was really
Oh,
cool.
nice.
that
And,
show
like,
was really good.
Yeah.
animation was top notch for sure.
Yeah. And it was brutal and scary, too. Like, holy fuck, that Terminator
Right?
gonna kill everybody.
Yeah.
Then Secret Level,
Yeah.
because Pac-Man.
Dope.
Pac-Man nailed it. Next is me being a history nerd. Ancient Apocalypse Season 2 on Netflix with
Oh, really?
Graham Hancock.
All right. Okay.
It's you're basically talking about like how like our civilization was here long before we were,
Okay.
and this is the proof. So.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And then Mysteries Unleashed with Danny Trejo, because again, like,
Wait, the taco guy?
yeah, because why not? And a history nerd,
Yeah. Okay.
Mysteries with Machete.
like, oh yeah, you just renovated your house and found an 18-year-old bunker, like, because that's cool.
that we will now call the Titty Twister.
Yeah, exactly.
What
Yep,
else
so
can you get?
that's my
For a
shows.
penny.
All right. That's your list?
Yeah, that's my
Okay.
show list.
All right. Nate, why don't you go next?
Yeah, sure. I've got a lot of honorable mentions, so we'll try to make this quick. I'm
Okay.
going to go from 10 to 1, though.
Okay.
In number 10, I put What If Season 3, because it was fantastic.
Yep.
And there's so many things that didn't make this list, but I had to put it on there because it was amazing. And I got to watch it with Addie, and she loved it, too.
Nice.
Number 9, I put Chaos, unfortunately canceled. Jeff
Oh,
Goldblum as
such a
Zeus
bummer.
it was such an amazing show. It had so much potential.
Yeah.
I loved it. Number 8, Agatha All Along. Thought it would be higher, but there's so many other good shows that
Right.
came out this year.
Yeah, we ate pretty good this year.
Yeah, another one that I enjoyed watching with Addie, and she got pissed when I watched a show when she was
Oh,
gone
yeah.
for like 5 days. She's like, you can't do that. It's like our only show. Like, okay, all right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I put Rings of Power season 2 on there because
Nice.
that hit hard. It actually came back quite nicely after that.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of weirdness of the first one, except for the recast was weird. It still didn't sit right, but it was still good.
Yeah.
Visually stunning, obviously. Number 6, I put Legend of Vox Machina season 3, badass, and yes, definitely shipping the Percy gets some eternal poon situation. Number 5, I've got Fallout 3. Fallout, just called Fallout, right?
Yeah.
That was amazing. I just started that with Addie, which was like, oh, should I do that? Yeah, it's amazing. She's seen worse stuff. So, I think we made it through the first couple eps, and then we just finished rewatching Arcane again. So,
Nice.
which will come up later. Number 4, Penguin, because holy crap.
Man. Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked that Milani didn't win. True Detective was good, and Jodie Foster is great, but man, she deserved to win for Penguin. She stole every scene she was in, and
Yeah.
even though
Well, but I didn't know this about the Golden Globes, but I guess it's a very small contingent of people that vote on the Golden Globes. So that's
Right.
I guess so. Even though it is one of the sort of like the more prestigious awards of, it's still not considered by true. I don't know. I guess journalists or whatnot like a true award in that regard.
Really?
Like it's yeah. So I guess
big
it's
in general. I would think
it is pretty
like
big in general, but I guess
indicators
it's
of Oscars.
but I guess there's just not much weight. Like you can't gather like who's going to win at the Oscars by who wins at the Golden Globes just because of the. So.
All right. Well, Colin Farrell
Anyway.
kicked ass and got an Oscar or got a Golden
Right.
Globe, so we'll see what
Oh
happens.
yeah. No.
Also, the third Batman villain to get a Globe.
That's
the other
true.
2 were Jokers. So
yeah.
I love that he thanked craft services in his speech. It was great.
So great. Yeah.
So number 3, X-Men 97, because fuck yeah. I can't wait for more of that show. That show hit so hard, and I didn't realize I was going to cry so much.
Yeah.
Very good. Number 2, Shogun, because it literally was the best show on TV, I think.
Yeah.
Second best, I guess. Because number 1 is Arcane Season 2. Holy fuck. We
Yeah.
just finished watching it again today. We binged the last couple episodes and just were like, I wasn't ready to cry again today.
Right.
And then I don't know, I shared that, I did share the trailer with you guys this morning where they just dropped the 2025 season trailer for League of Legends, and it's
Right.
basically an epilogue to season 2 of Arcane. So amazing shit. That show, it has no right to be as good as it is, and has basically ruined everything else.
Right.
It's just so good, and it hits the music too. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
I'll just run through this quick list of honorable mentions because there's a lot.
Okay.
3 Body Problem,
Yeah.
The Boys Season 4, Terminator 0, The Dune Show on HBO, House of the Dragon, Lioness and Landman, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which was fantastic, True Detective, Night Country, Secret Level, The Gentleman, which is Guy Pearce, Slow Horses, fantastic, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I have on here twice, Echo, The Marvel Show, which was great, and then Interview with the Vampire Season 2. So,
Nice.
it's too many on the list. Andy,
Yeah.
what you got?
Okay, so again, I will go from 10 to 1 as well. I think only one on my list has not been mentioned yet. Yeah, definitely the personality will ring into why. But number 10, Rings of Power Season 2. I loved it. I thought it was great. Number 9, House of the Dragon. Again, one of the better shows on TV this year. Number 8, True Detective Night Country. I was totally in on this season from start to finish, and I agree that I think Jodie Foster, that was well deserved. That was well deserved because damn, she nailed that. Number 7, Interview with a Vampire. Loved this season. Just the whole arc at Theatre of the Vampires. I just thought was so good. Number 6, Fallout. Number 5, Arcane Season 2. Number 4, Rum and Regret, guys. Raise a drink. Star Trek Lower Decks has finished. And this season was so excellent. It was so fantastic. And I'm so sad that it's gone now. But man, it went out on such a great note. Huge cameos this season from Star Trek Past, and it was just so good and definitely worthy of my number 4. Number 3, Three Body Problem. I love the science on this one, man. It was so good and just so sort of new. I don't remember watching anything ever like this before. This is why it stuck out. Number 2, Dune Prophecy, and number 1, The Penguin. I didn't know that I would love a Rogues Gallery Batman show as much as I would The Penguin. It was more of, I like DC stuff, so I'll give this a watch. And, man, from where it started to where it finished is my best show this year.
Yeah, Banana Pancakes, man. So good.
Yeah. So my honorable mentions here, Shogun would be on this list, but we haven't finished it yet. We just got a couple episodes left. I know. We've been distracted by other stuff. Another thing that we haven't finished yet is The Bear. Their season 3 dropped this year. And man, we're so into this show. It's so good. Another one that hasn't finished yet, because I think we got the final 2 episodes coming out of Skeleton Crew. Redemption for Star Wars, for sure. This is good stuff, man. And then based on a true story, we just started this up. I think there are either 2 seasons in or 3 seasons in. This is on Peacock, and this is Kaylee Cuoco, but they find out their plumber is a serial killer and start an anonymous podcast with him.
Oh shit!
And it's such a good show and it leaves you it really good about leaving you hanging sort of week to week on what's going to happen next. And it's just a really, really fun show. So we've been blowing through these really quick, and we're almost to season 2, which I think season 2 just dropped this year. So based on a true story on Peacock, if you guys want to watch. Creature Commandos. We have the last one. We have the last one coming out as well, and this is a great start to the DC.
Amazing show.
Great start to the DC universe.
Yep.
Man, James Gunn gets these like third tier like comic book and just makes them so effing interesting, man. Like so good, and I just I love that we're getting the backstories. The voice actors in this are perfect. I mean, Tudyk is Dr. Phosphorus, and
Harbor is Frankenstein.
Right, and his new version of Clayface, which is great.
Yeah.
And then, Sean Gunn as G.I. Robot and the Weasel, of course. God, the Weasel backstory, man.
Mm-hmm. Heartbreaking.
That was so good.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm excited. I forget what her name is, but the girl who plays the bride.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh, so good. But I love this show, and again, just a great start to the DCU, James Gunn's DCU. There's another great show on Peacock, Hysteria, with Julie Bowen and Bruce Campbell, about a high school band that, in order to get more sort of followers and people under the music pretend to be a satanic cult,
Oh.
and murders
Oh my
start to
God.
happen,
That sounds
shit.
amazing.
and the cult gets blamed, and hysteria, as the show's named, just breaks out in the town. Anna Camp from Pitch Perfect and True Blood plays the sort of weird church-going mother that is running the group that is sort of feeding the hysteria of the town. And this was such a fun watch and such a great show. So if you guys have the chance, check it out. Hysteria. That was on Peacock as well. And then my last honorable mention is from season 3. There just wasn't room for it on my list. Otherwise, it would be in the top 10. But man, this season again is just so good. And
I gotta watch.
yeah, keep back up because it's we got a lot to talk about, Joe.
All right.
We got a lot to talk about.
I gotta tell Ken. We gotta sit down and have couch time.
Yep, yeah. But that's my list. That's my TV list.
Nice.
So, yeah. Okay, so let's move on to movies. Joe, you started with movies, or you started with TV shows. So Nate, we will push to you, good sir.
Sure, yeah. Kind of oddly not as many movies as I have seen in previous years. We didn't go to the theater a whole lot.
Which is funny because you went to the theater the most out of the three of us.
Right?
That's true. I mean, there weren't as many Marvel drops that I wanted to see, and we thankfully avoided all of the shit ones. So,
Right, yeah.
so I'm sure we would have seen more. If we had more time, we probably would have. But
Yeah.
all right, so 10-1. I put Civil War as 10. Fantastic movie.
Such a good movie.
And just eerily too real for
yeah.
my liking, because that's exactly how things would go.
Sure.
In fact, it probably would be worse. But
Yeah.
yeah, in general, fantastic film, and it will probably be studied in film classes and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Number 9, I put War of the Rohirrim, animated movie about
nice.
the origin of. Well, it's not really about Helm Hammerhand, but it's why Helm's Deep is named Helm Hammerhand, or after
Okay.
Helm Hammerhand. It's about his daughter, who just kicks all kinds of ass, and it's
Okay.
super fun. Really cool animation style too. That kind of harkens back to the original '70s Lord of the Rings animation.
Oh, nice.
With a little bit of updates to it.
That's
But
cool.
very artistic, and less technical, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And that's a direct opposite of The Wild Robot, which is the best movie that DreamWorks has ever made. It should have won for best animation. That movie is fantastic. The
I
animation
still haven't seen this yet.
is perfect. Like it is so technically impressive.
Yeah.
Just the lighting and the facial animations and everything, the nature. It takes place in nature. It's called The Wild Robot.
Yeah.
So glad that Addie and I saw this in the theater. Can't wait to watch it again. It's really good.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that. Number 7, I put Alien Romulus. This is one we saw in IMAX, and the fucking planet scenes where they're going through the rings or whatever.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my god! And the I think you mentioned this in the last pod, the 0G pulse rifle maneuvers.
Yep.
Were just fucking insane. I mean, that movie made you scared to be around the
Oh yeah.
the face huggers again. Like it was
Yeah.
just like the flood of face huggers. Just okay, nope, hard pass. Number 6, I have Furiosa. I didn't like this movie as much as most people did, but cinematically, it's epic, and I really enjoyed Chris Hemsworth as the bad guy.
He was so good in that movie.
Yeah.
It's hard to compare because you're comparing it to Fury Road, right?
Well, yeah, you can't. 'Cause Fury Road is perfect.
Fury Road
is so good.
much better. Yeah,
Yeah.
It dovetails right into it at the end.
Right,
so.
yeah. And had I think this was a true prequel and came out first, we might be.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. So
Right.
anyway.
Yeah, it
That's
would be
what-
higher. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people rate this thing very high. I mean, in general,
Yeah.
super fans of the world, especially. Number 5, I put Monkey Man.
God,
I
that
saw
was
this
really
twice
good.
in the theater. It's fucking fantastic. It's Slumdog John Wick, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, fantastic. Highly recommend. Let's see. Actually, before I forget this, I'm gonna write that one down. Number 4, Godzilla -1.
Oh, so
Something
good.
else that I'm so glad I saw in the theater. I took Addie to see it, and she's like, "What is going on? Oh my god!" And it's legitimately like, even you take Godzilla out of it, it's still an amazing movie.
Yeah.
And then obviously with Godzilla in it, it's fucking great. Especially considering the budget constraints and how well it did in the box office.
Oh yeah.
Excited to see what they come up with next. Actually, that'll be fun. Number 3, Deadpool and Wolverine. It had to be high on this list. And
Number 3.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
come on.
shocking.
Deadpool and Wolverine is my jam, right? That should be number 1.
Right. Yeah.
But I just saw this little film called Nosferatu the other day, which, holy fuck, peeled my wig back. It was so good. Yeah, this is everything that a vampire movie should be. I'm a Bram Stoker's Dracula stan. This is better. In every way, as far as if you're looking for something dark and gothic. Yeah, fantastic movie. I can't wait to watch it again. But yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine I have on repeat, basically.
Yeah.
So, it's good stuff. Number 1, Dune 2. Because that movie was fucking amazing.
Oh,
I think
man.
I saw it twice in the theater. Once with Amy, once with Addie. But both times in IMAX, and fucking worth it, because Jesus, they took everything from the first movie, turned it up to, like, refined it, and made it better, and then turned it up to 11. It's like, okay. I can't wait to watch this movie again, which is hilarious. Like, all the movies on this list, can't wait to watch it again.
Right.
So honorable mentions, I have Fall Guy, which was just super fun.
Yeah.
Action movie. Twisters, again, super fun action movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The Green Knight, which is an older movie, but I only saw it this year with Dev Patel.
We'll allow it. Yeah.
It's a very good rendition of that story, and not what you expect if you know anything about that tale. It's very good. So I highly recommend that. And then Wicked. Took Addie to see this. Not really my jam, but it was good.
Okay.
I like The Greatest Showman better as far as musical movies go.
Yeah.
But it was great, and she actually went and saw it again yesterday with Grandma. So
nice.
she's all about it, and she's like, "Dad, you got to see the second one." I'm like, "No, okay." Like, Dad. Okay, sorry, Jesus. She gave me the one syllable version. But yeah, but that's my list.
Nice
so far. 2025 is going to be lit. Summertime is going to be nuts.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about that later potentially. So.
Yep. Yeah. Joe, why don't you give us your list for movies?
All right. So I realized I got my list backwards last time. So
that's all right.
So we're going from 10 to 1.
Yes.
10 is a movie Thelma, which I watched with my husband and my father-in-law. It's about a grandma that gets basically taken by like a phone, like she... Basically, they steal her money.
Oh,
and then she's just like, nobody helps her, and she's like, well, screw it, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. And she gets her little scooter, and she goes, and she's going to go to the address where she sent the money and get her money back.
It's not a thing.
It's hilarious and awesome, and also, it's good to watch for...
Wait, what is this called?
Thelma.
Thelma, okay. I'm putting it on the watch list.
Yeah, it's... awesome. Next is Maxine.
Yep.
Because
nice.
Yeah. Maxine. After that, The Beekeeper, which is another
similar Thelma.
Similar to Thelma. Yeah. Jason Statham goes and seeks revenge on people that take your money.
From my grandma. Yeah.
Yeah. And in a very more violent way than Thelma.
Yeah. Yeah, did you know that honey is flammable? It burns like napalm, apparently, because he does.
Next is Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
For very obvious reasons.
Yeah. It's on Paramount, Nate.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Number 6 is VHS Beyond.
Because that was so good.
For, like, obviously, I love Alana Pierce.
Yeah.
And Mike Flanagan and Kate Siegel.
Yeah.
But when they're flying through, like, the parachute one, the parachute segment was holy shit.
Yeah, there's still finger grooves in my desk.
Yeah.
From that one. Like, man.
Oh.
It's so good.
Yeah. Number 5, Civil War.
Yeah.
Number 4, Smile 2.
Nice.
Because she killed it.
Dude, it was such a good movie.
She killed it so.
It was such a good movie.
Much. And number 3, The First Omen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, oh man, that was such a good love letter to the original Omen.
Nice.
And number 1 and number 2, I'm sure you can guess, are vying for top position. Godzilla -1, Alien Romulus.
Nice.
I can't choose between my alien babies.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean Deadpool didn't even make it on your list?
I have not watched Deadpool
Are
yet.
you fucking kidding me, Joe? It's
Truth
free.
bomb.
It's literally on Disney Plus.
Truth
I
bomb.
know.
Oh my god, you're so fired from
I
this
suck
not a
at
job.
life. I know.
From this volunteer position. You're
Right.
so
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I had
That's
to watch
funny.
Squid Game like 8 times. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my god.
Man,
You're
this
not
season's
helping
so
your
good.
case, Joe.
Season's so good. Anyway.
But I watched Supernatural again from the whole series, so that's
Hey,
great.
you know what? You
it,
shut your
Joe.
mouth.
You shut
Yeah.
your mouth. I'm gonna cut your cable.
That's great. All right. My movie list. We'll start number 10. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I really love this
yes,
movie.
that was great.
It was such a good movie, and just seeing Cavill and Alan Ritchson on screen together, I thought was really good. But this was a really, really fun movie to watch,
Yep.
and I loved it. Number 9, Furiosa. Again, we got this one of the few movies we got to see in the theater. Adult movies we got to see in the theater
Right.
this year, and it was fantastic. Number 8, Smile 2. Man, dude. God, I love this. It is the Empire Strikes Back of the Smile franchise.
For real.
In that it's the second one.
And that is the second
And that's
one, but
the
it's
best one so
so
far.
good. It's so great. Number 7, Civil War. Number 6, Alien Romulus. Number 5, Super Slash Man, the Christopher Reeve story. I watched this on, I think it came out on Max a couple weeks ago or something, but I cried when I watched the trailer. I cried during this movie, man. It's such a great tribute to Christopher Reeve and just him and what him and his family have done.
Respect.
Just for spinal injury research and all that good stuff. And but again, obviously, a lot of the bits around him being cast as Superman and sort of the pressures that he felt, sort of holding up to that. But then just seeing his family talk about him, his kids, which I think the youngest kid has a cameo in the new movie coming out. At the Daily Planet, which is cool. But yeah, it's just it was a great documentary, and really just an amazing. If you have any, I mean, if you just like Christopher Reeve in what he did with Superman, give this a watch because you will just love the guy even more.
Nice.
Number 4, this just came out on Peacock, and I finally, because I wanted to watch this in theater, but I finally got a chance to watch this, Conclave. Holy crap, man! This is such. I didn't think a movie around
Fiennes,
the
right?
Pope. Ray Fiennes, Stanley Tucci, John Lithgow. I didn't think a movie around the Pope dying and choosing a new Pope would be interesting, but man, riveting watch, and it's really, really good. So that's on the cock, I believe.
Define irony.
Yeah, right.
The Pope's on the top.
Yeah. Number 3, Godzilla -1. Again, sort of these kaiju movies aren't necessarily my jam, but man, watching this one, total easy watch because it's so damn good. Number 2, Nate, you'll be happy, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Hey.
Yeah.
You have that higher than I do.
Yeah. Number 1, Dune Part 2. Again, everything you said, Nate, and more. Just a couple of honorable mentions here. Inside Out 2, this was really good, and
it was good.
It hit us a little closer to home because it was sort of the exact age that Xander is right now, and he's dealing with all the stuff that they're dealing with in that movie. So that one hit a little harder. And then Apartment 7A, the Rosemary's Baby prequel. I didn't expect to like this as much as I did, but it was so good. So great.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's my movie list. Let's move over to the Pomp list.
Yeah, you want to kick us off, or you want to kick it back to Jobin?
You know what? I'll kick it off since I don't know. My list is probably the least interesting of all of yours, so let's just get it out of the way.
Geez, no pressure.
Right? Yeah. So mine is mainly video games because that was pretty much the only sort of aside from watching all the shit that I watched this year, pretty much my only extra time, bonus time, and it's not necessarily games that came out this year. There's a healthy list of games that came out this year, but some that I just finally got around to. One of my friends introduced me to the Untitled Goose Game. I don't know if you guys have played this or not, but
fantastic.
It's hilarious. It's so funny. You're a goose and you F with people.
Yeah. Is it Goose with a Gun? Isn't that what it's called?
No. I think it was initially called that, but they had to change it to basically Untitled Goose Game. But
yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Number 9, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. I love this. This is such a great game, and it was so much fun just to play in the world, and I think it was just a lot of fun. The next 2 games I played with Xander, so they're Lego games. Lego 2K Drive, which was a lot of fun, just doing the missions and upgrading the cars and all that fun stuff. And then Lego Horizon Adventures. They made a Lego game around the Horizon franchise.
No way.
Yeah, they did, and it was a lot of fun, man.
Did you see they're making a movie? Sony announced today they're making a movie.
Oh, they're making a movie?
Of Ghost of Tsushima, Helldivers 2, and that.
No way. Oh,
they're
dude.
making it's either animations or movies of all 3.
Oh, wow.
Properties.
Yeah. God, who would be Aloy? Who would you cast as Aloy? I don't know.
I don't know if it's live action. I think a lot of it is animation.
Okay.
But
right.
Actually, I think that one is live action. So that one and Helldivers are both live action. The other one is animated.
Yeah. Well, it's
Helldivers
another
fun.
Yeah, it's another role for Sadie Sink to say no to, I guess.
There you
go. Fall Guys. Fall Guys has been out forever, but this is something that I just pop on every day, do the daily missions. It's just so
really?
fun.
I didn't know I'd have a daily. That's awesome.
Yeah. Multiversus came back this year. This is the Warner Brothers platformer fighting game where they added a bunch of people to the roster this year. Jason, the Powerpuff Girls.
It's like Smash, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's their Super Smash Brothers.
Gotcha.
They added the Joker, voiced by Mark Hamill, which is fantastic. It's a fun game. Again, I come in to do the dailies on this, and it's really good. Samurai Jack they added this year as well.
Dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who else? Oh, they just added Marceline from Adventure Time, which is great. They added Banana Guard too. Banana Guard's great. It's just a lot of fun to play as these guys. So you never thought you would have, like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo going against, Marceline from Adventure Time or
Say
Jason.
Banana Guard again.
What, Banana Guard?
No, it's just hilarious.
Yeah. And he's so great because they have the voice actors from the show doing all the voices and everything, and it's
awesome.
I'm gonna go tell Princess Bubblegum that I won. It's just so funny.
Can we get a crossover with Mortal Kombat?
Oh, please. Speaking of, number 4, MK1, man.
That's a segue, folks.
Yeah, that's what we call here a segue.
In the biz.
But yeah, it's such a great entry in the Mortal Kombat franchise, and I did not get the extra story because it got panned pretty heavily, and I didn't want to spend the extra money on it. So
sure.
I was going to wait for it to come down, or hopefully it becomes free at some point with my with my subscription. But
I'm stalking it right now. I think
yeah,
it might be coming through PlayStation pretty soon for free.
okay, yeah.
I know
The
Kill
main
Justice
story
League is free this month. So
okay, yeah. If you got a chance to play that because it's effing good, man. But yeah, MK1, the initial story, even that is just so good.
yeah.
And number 3, The First Descendant. This is the free game that I still haven't spent a dime on, and it is just so much fun. I obviously as a Borderlands lover, looter shooters are really good,
Yeah.
and I love them, and I didn't expect to like this so much. So, yeah, this was fun. This is a great game, and I wait to play this every night.
Nice.
So
Yeah, the free ones with the cheeks out tend to be pretty popular.
right, yeah, yeah. So, but and then number 2, man, Helldivers 2. I love that they're making a movie about this. Although we did get a movie in, but no, Helldivers 2, man. This is such a fun game, and that controller. The Helldivers 2 controller that they just made looks sick.
It does look sick. I just can't justify spending that much on a controller.
Right, yeah.
I broke several because of that game. Like, just from pushing the controller down to run all the time or whatever.
Yeah. But the one controller that we did buy was the Astrobot controller, because that's my number 1 game.
I haven't played it. I heard it was fantastic, and it won Game of the Year, right?
God, Game of the Year. Yeah. And this is just so much fun. It's so great. And it was funny after it won Game of the Year to see all of the haters that hated on it finally have to play it and end up having a lot of fun with it.
It's okay.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is the easiest game ever. This is so stupid. And then by like the second hour, they're like, I can't put this down. This is so much fun, guys. But it's just such a cute game, and it's such a great game, and they put so much thought into it. I just thought it was a lot of fun. So that's my video game list for 2024.
Nice.
Let's roll to Joe. Joe, what was your list?
Yeah, my extracurricular.
Yes.
So, yeah, I can't even see. Mine is basically a lot of YouTube and Instagram content.
Okay. No, that's good.
So, number 10 is YouTube channel, capital A, lowercase v, capital E. It's a Canadian dude who does a show called Bolter. It's
Okay.
Board of Lame Tool Reviews. So, like, I work in a shop, so...
Wait, what's the name again?
Board of Lame Tool Reviews, Bolter.
Nice.
And, like, he basically takes apart
I love it.
tools and just takes them apart, puts them back together, fucks with them, and, like, tells you if they're good or not.
That sounds fantastic.
It's hilarious. And he's, like, super, super Canadian. So,
Nice.
like, the things that he says, it's like, wait, what? What did you just say?
DeWalt's Makita Killer.
Oh, yeah. It's fun.
Board of Lame Tool Reviews shake hands with cheap Chinese calipers. Oh, this is an instant classic. Thank you, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
It's hilarious. So,
Oh my God, 1.4 million subscribers. This guy is not a small tuber.
no, it's good shit.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
Thank you, Joe.
amazing.
Number 9 is Instagram Piper Alley, who is a super smoking hot redhead who plays bagpipes and plays like Metallica on bagpipes.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Like, pretty sure my husband has a crush on her, and I don't blame him.
Right.
I have a crush on her too.
Yeah. That's great.
Number 8 is you guys know I love Lady Gaga.
Uh-huh.
Her new album's coming out, and she released 2 tracks from it, Disease and Die With a Smile. They're both awesome.
Okay.
And have been on repeat in my car for a while.
Nice.
Number 7, of course, Alana Pierce, Char Lazard, and Alana IRL. Mm-hmm. Nate just sent us her video of getting high for the first time,
That
which
was
was
fucking
hilarious.
great.
Oh,
What a
nice.
flashback. Oh my god.
Number 6 is Instagrammer Gilded Valley, who does basically kind of parody tarot card readings, where he basically just says, like, your ex is a horrible person. Like, here's the card that shows what they're doing, why they're doing it, why they're a horrible person. Hilarious. Hilarious content.
Nice.
Number 5, another Instagram, Howie the Crab. So this woman has a blue crab as a pet, and it's adorable, and I'm in love with this crab, and I actually don't think I can eat crab anymore because I'm so connected to this crab.
Stop.
No, I'm not even kidding. Like, the crab gives high claws.
Is it
No.
Oh, crab?
God,
oh
it's-
my god.
That's
Okay,
great.
We're following.
Yeah,
It's
you're-
got,
it's
look,
gonna
he's
melt
got
your
a
heart.
chef's hat on. He's gonna cook other crab. You know, crabs eat other crabs, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but this crab is so adorable
Oh
and
my
cute.
god, he's got a birthday hat on. What the fuck, Joe?
Yeah, you know what? This is my life.
Right.
I love eating
Number
crabs so
4
much.
is Instagram. Mario. Oh, sorry, I can't read. Mario Adrian, who is a German comedian who makes fun of Germans and how efficient they are, and
Isn't that
like-
weird?
you're like, oh, I'm going to point over there. Oh no, I can't. 9. It's killing me. It's so funny.
That's great.
Number 3, Essen Recipes. This woman, everything she makes is freaking delicious. And really easy, really simple, clean ingredients. Like, I've made like 4 or 5 of her recipes, and just everything is amazing.
Okay.
So, yeah, check her out and just, make everything. They're all good.
On that note, Addie made some cinnamon roll cookies off of Instagram today.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things she's ever baked.
No way.
So good. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Julian Swell. Julian Swell. This guy is on Instagram, and he made like an entire channel about this fake actress called Paloma Diamond.
Okay.
And then he made a show of like a soap opera, an 80s soap opera starring Paloma Diamond, a young Paloma Diamond. And it's basically just like an 80s, like it is an 80s soap opera, and it's like a
No way.
little 2-second or 2-minute videos. And okay, like if you grew up in the 80s, your mom watched soap operas, and when you stayed at home sick, you watched them too. And this is like perfect. It's like, oh god.
Come on. Price is Right had to be on there
I
somewhere.
went
Right,
right back
yeah.
in time of just like, oh, it's perfect. So yeah,
That's funny.
and number 1, obviously, Critical Role.
Of course.
Nice.
Of course.
Did you tally how much Critical Role you watched this year, Joe?
Good lord, no.
We're going to break out
Nobody
the
wants
large
to see
abacus
that.
for that one.
Right.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, because I think we're pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay, well
probably
now I
did more
don't
than
feel
I
so
did.
bad.
Yeah. No, good list, Joe. Good list. Well done.
We're golf
Well
clapping
done.
now? Is that what's
Well,
happening?
I don't know.
Wow.
That was a good list. No, I love the
That's
the
called
Instagram.
improv, folks.
And I love the Instagram and YouTube
Yeah.
parts of it. I thought that was really good.
That's a good call out.
I didn't even think to include that crazy stuff that I watched this year. So great job, Joe. Great job.
Thanks.
Nate.
Yeah.
Let's move to you, sir. Round us out, man.
Sure, yeah. So mostly video games, I think, kind of like your list. I have a ton of honorable mentions, so we'll just start at 10.
Okay.
V Rising, a bunch of games came out this year. So V Rising, Vampire Survival, co-op, If you go in the sun, you burn, kind of thing. But you go around killing other vampires, taking their powers, building a castle. It's really fun. Number 9, Dragon's Dogma 2, which is a very large-scale, kind of open-world RPG. Very grand scope, very dark, but also a very good game. Still had some story issues that kind of slowed it down, but other than that, it was very fun. So Enshrouded, which is a fantastic game. It's kind of like Valheim with magic and better graphics. So you can carve out mountains and build everything from pixel size, up.
Oh, wow.
Amazing game. Just came out with a huge update, actually. I haven't played it in a while. But very fun. Number 7, Palworld, which was fantastic. Gotta catch them all with Uzis and rocket launchers. Recently sued by Nintendo.
Yeah.
For the ball mechanic. Giggity. Number 6, I put Path of Exile 2, which is taken over my life recently. And slash Guntoad, based on Joe's social media recos. Found this guy on TikTok through the algorithm and then followed him to Twitch, and he's kind of blown up over there. Kind of blew up on TikTok as well. Really fun. This game is what Diablo 3 should have been. It's so good. And it's in early access right now, and it's $29. It's fucking amazing. When it comes out in full version 1, it'll be free. Just like the first one has been free for 10 years.
No way.
Yeah, the only thing you pay for are cosmetics.
Oh, that's great.
I think actually in some, if you want to increase your stash tabs and stuff like that too. Like if you want to hoard more shit, you can pay to have that privilege. Let's see. Where was that? Number 6. Number 5, Space Marine 2. Fucking fantastic. Warhammer 40K is back, baby, and bigger than ever.
Yeah.
Just the light boxes and the in the animation in this game put it very high on the list, but the gameplay is fantastic. The way it ties right into secret level is great. Yeah, super excited for that. Can't wait to see how they expand that because it's very popular. It took them a long time to get to Space Marine 2, though, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Number 4, Helldivers 2. So, like you said, it's fantastic. I mean, I haven't played it since they introduced the new faction because now there are Protoss, shielded aliens. Yeah. In addition to the bugs and the Terminators. You have to worry about hyper-intelligent shielded aliens, all while keeping the comedy because you die all the time.
Right.
So once I get tired of Path of Exile, I'll probably go back to that.
Nice.
Number 3, I have Critical Role because I spent a ton of fucking time watching this while I was working and doing other stuff. I went through the entirety of Campaign 2, and then I'm about 15 or 20 episodes into Campaign 3 over the last year. So, yeah, Critical Role is huge. So much fun. Number 2, I put NCAA volleyball tourney because Addie and I watched it like crazy because she's played volleyball for the last couple of years and is really into it. I took her to a couple games at Cal. So much fun. But then the tourney was amazing. It's like some of the best sport, unironically saying it as sport, some of the best competition I've ever seen.
Nice.
And they just started tomorrow, actually, is the first game, Women's Professional Volleyball League on ESPN. So,
oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, really cool. They drafted out of college and out of the pro leagues from around the world. So,
oh, crazy.
Yeah, it should be really cool. If you have any interest in volleyball, you should watch it. It's nuts. Like, women's volleyball is blowing up. They had 93,000 people watching the game out at Nebraska. They played on a court they put up in the football stadium and had 93,000 people. It's a record for any women's sport. So,
I always enjoy watching it. I mean, any volleyball during the Olympics. Yeah. So
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
And then number 1, Addie's 16th birthday, and the fact that she beats me regularly at ping pong now.
Yeah.
So we've come to that point where she's found the sport she can kick her dad's ass at.
Nice.
We've all had that moment. I think at some, especially if you're a guy, you finally can beat whomever at something. Right. She found it. We've been playing all the time. We've got a little fold out, like I have an old shitty poker table, and then we put a fold out, ping pong table on top of it with a net that goes across. Yeah. So it's not regulation size or whatever, but she regularly kicks my ass, like 2 games to none or 2-1 or and just is having a real hard time being a good sport about it, but
Yeah.
I pushed that real hard. It's like, gotta say good game, even if
Right.
you're laughing at me. She got me like 14-2 the other day. Like,
Oh my God.
15-2.
Okay.
Just
so
absolutely destroyed me.
I need to ask, when did you realize that you actually had to start playing and not letting her win anymore? Like,
Yeah.
when did you, like, did you,
I
did
stopped
she,
letting her win when she got into high school.
okay. And then
yeah.
you were really trying to win at that point?
No, that's happened in the last 6 months or so. Like,
Okay.
trying to
And
really...
you're just not up to snuff anymore.
She's at like her peak reaction time, but has
Sure.
also played softball and volleyball her whole life, so her hand-eye
Yeah.
coordination's insane.
Yeah.
And she makes shots that are like, how did you do that? Like cutting backhands from across the court. Like,
Right.
did you play this in another life? Were you like a Chinese champion in a past life? Because goddamn, it's like, Addie, you need to see if they have a ping pong club at school or something. Because good Lord, like,
Right.
yeah, she crushes every sport she plays. It's just
Yeah.
like time and coaching. She could be great at anything.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry to dig into this just because I
Yeah,
find this
do it.
fascinating.
Yeah.
But how did you feel after that first time that you legitimately tried to win and lost?
oh yeah, no, it was. I saw it coming. It wasn't
Okay.
like a surprise.
Okay.
You
All right. Okay.
It had been like a slow burn, kind of.
Yeah.
To the point like, all right,
Right.
I better stop taking it easy on her. Like,
Yeah, all right.
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I was getting frustrated at some point. I was like, "What the fuck? What is going
Yeah.
on here?" Like, okay, but we're playing on a little fold-out table, and I'm like giving her half her points because I'm going over the table or into the net.
Sure. Yeah.
But and we're listening to music at the time, just partying out in the garage or whatever. And she's
Yeah.
just kicking my ass. But yeah, it's pretty fun. We try to do that, at least a couple times a week now. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah. That's great.
It's kind of my favorite thing. Like that and watching
Nice.
shows with her, we've had a good time with it. So
Yeah.
yeah, number one is Addie, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got a bunch of honorable mentions. Let me go through that real quick.
Yeah.
I discovered the RoboCop game this year. $19 on PlayStation, and you're in the movie. It basically takes
Ooh.
place in RoboCop, like in between 1 and 2, I think.
Okay.
I forget exactly when, but it's like blessed by the movie. So it's
Oh,
the music
nice.
is the same. You have the targeting. You shoot the guy in the dick. Like
Yeah.
it has all of that. It has the puns. It has the bad commercials. You have an upgrade tree and all that. You punch guys
Nice.
through walls. Oh my God, it's so good. I highly
great.
recommend that. It's fun. So Joe, for you, Tiny Glade.
Oh yeah.
On PC, yeah, you basically get a predetermined area and you make a little glade. So you can make it like a little pond with a tower, and ducks come if you make a pond. You can make
Oh
a
my
field
God.
of wheat, and then you have like sheep that show up. It is. You have little
I'm
buildings
sold.
you can make. And it's like, and it's like
I have to put down Stardew Valley first.
yeah,
but
it's
I'm
really
sold.
good though. So it's kind of like not SimCity. I'm trying to remember the name of that game where you could basically like raise and lower the earth and then like create craters or like ridges of mountains or whatever. But they also
yeah.
do that with their buildings in this. So you select the little tavern and then you draw a square and boop, and it populates like all the walls and windows and fixins and all
that's
that.
fun.
But then you can also move it in any direction. So you can make it wider, deeper, taller, shorter, whatever, and all of the details move with that. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
So for being a very simple, I think it's free to play now. For being a very simple game, it is so much fun. Addie's super hooked now because she's like, "Wait, there's a bird sitting on the sheep. Take a picture. Take a picture."
Oh, that's great.
It was pretty fun. So Once Human also came out this year, which is really good. It's kind of a sci-fi survival post-apocalyptic game. Really fun. Forever Winter came out. It actually isn't out. It's still in early access, but this is a insane like sci-fi. You have to gather water to survive because the robots have taken over the entire planet and they just fight each other. And you kind of like live underground with your survival unit. And if you literally don't
Okay.
bring back water, everyone dies. So I think I'm pretty sure they rolled that mechanic back because people were complaining. Like, I've been
Yeah.
playing this early access for 2 months and I lost all my shit because I didn't play it for a week.
Oh, man.
But really fun. First Descendants on this list.
Oh, it's so good.
Let's see. I haven't played Astrobot yet, so that shouldn't be there. Everything TikTok. I've been TikToking like crazy this year.
Yeah, you have.
I really shut your face. I really hope
Sorry.
it doesn't go away because the stuff that we found, it's been amazing. Like,
Yeah.
excuse me. Pop culture stuff aside, there's a bunch of great political stuff on there. There's a bunch of great cooking stuff on there. Basically, anything you want, the algorithm will serve you up. So good things. Discovered the Mad Max game this year, which has been out for 10 years almost.
Oh, wow.
But it's an open world, like Borderlands style Mad Max game in that
Ooh.
world, and it is fucking fantastic. And
That's
looks
crazy.
so good, and you can get it for pennies. It's
Okay.
Oh my god, it looks fantastic. I
Nice.
highly recommend that. You basically start out. I think it ties. It's actually a prequel to Fury Road because there are characters from Fury Road in it.
Okay.
And it predates Furiosa, so that's not a part of it. But it's really good. Like, you build your ride and you go out and do shit.
Yeah.
But there's all the characters you'd expect. Really good. I highly recommend it. And then
Nice.
last thing is Arcane Season 2 soundtrack. Addie and I have been bumping this soundtrack non-stop.
Same.
So between this one and Season 1, this is like our main go-to ping pong music, and we'll just skip over the slow stuff. But especially, like, Addie's obsessed with that French song from the Season 2.
That's
She knows
one
all the
thing.
words. It's, man.
I mean, one thing that they did, I mean, the whole show, they nailed everything, right? But just that extra little sort of, flair on top is the music was so good for both seasons.
Well, yeah, and it's all bespoke, too. It's not like they took pop culture music
Right.
and threw it in there. They have, like, staff orchestra.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no,
Insanely
and that's, yeah. So, yeah, when Arcane Season 2 hit, for some reason, YouTube knew that I was watching it and recommended the Season 1 soundtrack again. And so that has been steady since, since I watched Season 2. So, yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
That's my list, man.
Nice.
So, happy 2024. Hopefully we still have a podcast by the end of this year.
Right, yeah. And honestly, one thing I should have put on my list, too, that I just didn't think about until you guys did your list was, so Xander has finally gotten into some more adult movies, and we made that all too, very important parental decision to let him watch Deadpool and Wolverine at 11 years old, because, I mean, we all watched that stuff when we were younger, right?
Yeah.
But
Look how we
so
turned
this...
out.
This started where that we kind of wanted him, he wanted to watch the Spider-Man movies, right? And so, but the Tom Holland ones, right? So we started with the first one, but then went to the second one, and then sure enough, there's all this stuff that happens between the first Spider-Man movie and the second Spider-Man movie,
They're
right?
part of the Marvel universe.
So, well, yeah, and ultimately the problem with the Marvel universe, but that's how they get you, right? Is now you have to catch up. So
They get you.
One of you.
Right. So we've done this, right? We've done this to where we have now caught up with Marvel. There's some that we edited out. We didn't watch Eternals. So we got to Endgame in order, and then we've been sort of piecemealing stuff here and there to get him ready for Captain America and Thunderbolts, right? Mm-hmm. So we watched WandaVision, which he ended up loving, because it was funny. I was gonna get him. He wanted to watch Multiverse of Madness, and I'm like, well, you should really watch WandaVision, so we'll watch one of those 10-minute recaps, right? Mm-hmm. And then, 2 minutes into the recap, he's like, "This looks like a good show." I'm like, "Stop!
Good job, kiddo.
Let's watch." And so we watched, and we got into it, and so since then we've been we have finished Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then now we've gotten into Hawkeye, because at the end of Black Widow, obviously there's the Yelena Belova getting the orders from Val to go after Hawkeye. So we were just like, yeah, why don't we just go into Hawkeye? So we're in the middle of Hawkeye right now. And but yeah, it was a lot of fun going through those going through those movies with him and rewatching those. So,
Nice.
yeah. Big Venom fan, too. We watched all the Venom movies, too. We even watched the third in the theater. So,
Nice.
yeah. But, that's it, guys. Those are our lists. Do we any final sort of words of wisdom for the recap of 2024?
Watch as much new shit as you can.
Yeah.
There's so much good content out there. Like, the things you love for a reason, and obviously rewatch the things you love, but try to branch out. Take suggestions from other people that you normally wouldn't.
That is a great point, Nate, because when I did the 31 for 31, a lot of my movies were from 2024.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of good stuff out there. And it was, again, we are eating very well in terms of
100%.
in terms of movies, TV shows, everything.
I mentioned that to Addie the other day. I was like, God, you're spoiled for choice right now. There's so much
Right.
good stuff.
So, what was it? It was we were downloading a video game the other day. I forget what it was, but there was like, I don't know, 30 minutes left on a like 87 gig video game.
Yeah, right.
Xander's bitching about how long it's taking. I'm just like, dude,
Oh.
I waited in line. I went to the Salem Mall at 9 p.m. at midnight to get MK11, right?
I had to download my first titty picture 1 line of pixels at a time on a modem that if somebody tried to make a call would interrupt the download. Boy, you have no idea.
Right. The slightly
We
darker
lived
pixel.
before
That's
the
This is how every
internet.
generation is, though, right? But ours is the internet gen, so we're the ones that are like,
right.
man, that 14.4
Imagine not
modem
having
was
the
a
internet
ripper."
at all.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. When the apocalypse
times.
comes, you
Right.
know. All right.
You got to play cards,
Yeah.
board games.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's it, guys. That's our list for 2024. Did we miss anything? What did we miss? Let us know in the comments. You can find us on Facebook at the Rum and Regret Podcast. You can find us on X at Rum_Regret. We are now Rum and Regret on Blue Sky, right, Nate?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So all one word, Rum and Regret. Find us there, interact with us there, let us know. Joe, where can they find you on the socials?
At Joe Chickadee on the socials or at joechickadee.com.
Nate, where can they find you?
Yeah, Avid Gamer, AV1D Gamer on all the socials and your gaming platforms of choice.
You can find me at Crazy Drake on Facebook and Andrew Drake on X. And until the next time, we have spoken.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, the people that came in, they're eating the animals.